Tell us some miracles.
Well, the miracle is that we're even talking about this because we didn't have the money. And a lot of people jumped on board and said, I am going to contribute towards this. Those people made it possible. That alone is a huge miracle because we wouldn't even be doing this video if it wasn't for the massive amount of people who jumped on board and contributed, prayed, so much, their time, volunteers coming to help with the construction. There's just been so many wonderful things that have happened from this.
My name is Dave Munson with Saddleback Leather.
I'm Suzette Munson with Saddleback Leather and Love 41. Well, what happened was we were having graduation for our daycare children, and we had a single mom and a father stand up and both started crying because their kids were leaving the daycare. And I kind of was like, oh my gosh, had a moment of like, oh my goodness, what are we doing? We're spending all of this time and energy into these little kids, but then by the age of 5, we let them go and fight the wolves. So I looked at Dave and I was like, we can't, what are we doing? This is crazy. We need to start a school. And so we announced it that very night at the graduation that we were gonna start a school. And so the only place we had in the daycare was a garage that was available. So I was looking around the building and I was like, we don't have the money to buy a school or anything like that. And so let's utilize the space we have. And so I walked into the garage and I was like, hey, let's convert this into a schoolroom. So that was where we started the school, was in the daycare in the garage.
It was so amazing. Our customers were like, and our employees and our friends and family were all contributing in to get this school started.
My name is Eidel Gil and I am the principal here at Lion's Heart Academy. This school is really a dream come true for not just the Munsons, but a lot of people that have been dreaming along with them. Really, it can affect the city in a positive way. I think León is a city where people who grow up here are not aware of all the opportunities that they can get just by opening up their minds and their worlds a little. And of course, by getting to know the Lord.
Yeah, this lady at the daycare said, hey, Suzette, have you been praying because the school's growing? And I was like, yeah, I pray all the time. Driving down this road, every time I drive down, I'm like, God, help us. We are growing. We need help. And she goes, well, there's a building on the street for sale. And I was like, where? And she walked up to the wall of the daycare and she pounded on it. And she's like, I was like, what? And she's like, right here. And I'm like, next door?
We come to find out other people were inquiring about the house for sale too. We jumped in and bought it, and then COVID hit, and it just stalled everything. As you can imagine, things weren't going so well. So we were just trying to stay afloat as a company, just like a lot of other companies. So we put a hold on everything, all decoration, all of that stuff. And so as COVID started winding down a little more, we got a little more, people felt a little more comfortable again. We started raising money for it with our customers, with our employees. I mean, people we knew, family, friends. So what's really been important to us is that it look as beautiful and amazing as it is high level of education. We want parents to walk in and say, wow, this is beautiful. Ooh, can we afford this? Very affordable. That's what we're after. So yeah, God put it in our hearts to love these people, and He gave us ideas, and He is pushing us forward, and He's gotten us to include other people in all of this, which is the really cool part.
My name is Abraham. I'm currently running the factory, Old México Manufacturing, and I've been part of this beautiful project of Lion's Heart Academy, Mexico. And basically my job is in the behind scenes and working with all the administration and the legal construction side, and making sure that the operation part is in good shape to start. And she's my wife, Irma. She has more than 26-year experience with children, and she's a specialist in development and early child education.
We were talking to the owner of a tannery the other day here in León, Guanajuato, in Mexico, and he said, so you're telling me that if like I had a building, if we had a building that people I knew had a building that we could also, you would like outfit it with teachers and stuff, and we could get kids into it? I said, yes. So in fact, I told him that our goal is, here's what we want. We want León to have these great schools. It's called Lion's Heart Academy, and we want there to be at least 12 of these beautiful schools. And we've made this the beautiful example so no one can come in and have a shabby one. What we want is for them to walk in and say, wow, this is beautiful. And we say, hey, let's get some business owners around in the area, some private citizens, some other people who care about León and the people here and their employees or their friends and family, their neighbors. Let's set up these schools. If you have a little extra funds here and there, some more of our customers get involved. And to get a dozen of these around these beautiful, wonderful, high-level, fully English schools, and when they graduate from high school, they have an American diploma. So this would change everything. I mean, it would change everything in León. Not only that, but we want to have groups here too. So we want, if you have a youth group somewhere, you want to come, we want you guys, you have a retirement group to come down. This is a wonderful place to come.
Absolutely.
It's at 6,000 feet in elevation, so the weather is beautiful all year, 74 degrees a lot of the year for a high, 69 for a low, I'm sorry, 59 for a low, 61 for a low. It's just a wonderful place to be. And we want them interacting with the kids. So there's one thing of doing, to go on a mission trip and put a roof on a church or build a house or dig an outhouse, and those are really important things. But what we want, instead of doing, we want people to come here to do being over doing. We want them to practice, to spend time with, to ask questions, to read books to. We want people getting the perfect English accent. If only groups from Britain would come over here so we could get that really cool accent, that'd be great. But we'll have to do with the American accent. And so any groups that want to come down, we would love for them. Trips here by groups like that aren't very common. A lot of people go to other places. We wish they would come here. It's a 2-hour flight from León, or from Dallas, Fort Worth, or from Houston. It's I think Atlanta has a direct flight. I think there are a lot of places that have direct flights into here, and we would love to host you guys.
So come on down.